Yo, how are you doing? Paul here, coming at you with another episode for the Unity Mind. And in this video, my thoughts on working hard. So there are like three kind of scenarios that I want to discuss of three different kind of people who define their reality when it comes to working hard. Okay, so number one is like the person who's totally on the right side of the spectrum. All right, this type of people, this type of person, he takes working hard way too serious. And it doesn't matter if he only works hard in a job or if he works smart, so-called smart, in a business and leveraging systems and automating things and making a shitload of money and working with a team and these kind of things. Doesn't really matter. But that person has the intention to work hard to survive. Okay? And even when this person is making 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, whatever, it doesn't really matter, but with the intention to survive, not just financially, emotionally. Because what this person is doing, and I've been there, so I know this very well, and I see many people falling into the same trap, is they are working hard because they have like a self-image, they have a belief about themselves, like, I need to prove my worth to the world through accomplishments. Okay? Because probably they grew up in a family with a very strong, manipulating father figure, someone with a very strong masculine energy, who is looking at them like, you're not good enough, you have to perform, you have to do this, and you have to do da 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 da. You know, and especially this I'm not good enough is like their self-image. Okay? And they want to prove to themselves, like, I'm going to show the world how good I am. I don't care what I need to do to accomplish that mission. Alright? So that's their emotional intention about their definition of working very, very hard, and that's what they do. Working is like a distraction from them. And distraction in the sense of really dealing with the things that are still inside of them that they still didn't dealt with, in the sense of self-acceptance and self-love. Alright? Because if you can truly accept yourself, then you don't need to prove anything to other people, to the world. Alright? Then it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you love and enjoy doing it. Okay? Now, the question is it healthy and does it make them happy? They are never happy and they're never fulfilled because they are chasing their own tail. Alright, they are not going anywhere. Is it healthy? Absolutely not. It's a very risky thing to do, and that's exactly what I was doing, and I started doing that from the age of 14. That was my first job when I had. I was 15 when I started working in a restaurant. I was 16 when I moved up from being a dishwasher to an assistant in the kitchen, and I was working already 60 hours a week when I was 16 years old. When I was 17, I moved my job into a local Mercedes-Benz company, washing cars, cleaning cars, assisting people, helping the sales team in the showroom, giving customers coffee. And from that age I became inspired of entrepreneurship, because I saw that these people were able to afford luxury, and that's what I wanted for myself. I started working for myself when I was 20 years old, and basically I was starting to clean cars for local car companies when I was 20 years old. I did it for about 3 years, and when I was making my first little money, I bought a better car, I bought a sailing boat, but I was still empty. And then actually I thought that, oh, you know what, maybe it's because I'm still single. I should go and travel, and I should go and meet my partner and have a date and stuff like that. And it got me into Peru. And when I was in Peru, that was the beginning, back in 2007, when I started with my awakening process. So long story short, I'm not going into this right now, but let's talk about the person who is totally at the other side, alright, the left side. And maybe this already person who already is in his awakening, like, you know what, I can relate to what you're saying right now. I have come from this type of background. I grew up with a father or mother who was a business professional, an entrepreneur, hardworking individual, and I copied that behavior and I did the same thing, and it got me indeed in the same thing: burnout, depression, health problems, that kind of things. And I was just go and freaking done with it. You know, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of doing all these things, right? You're not going anywhere. And then you get like very, very, very dismotivated to basically do nothing. So I just got a phone call, so I just had to edit a little bit. But you know, the person who is totally at the other side is like, has zero motivation. You know, like I said, maybe that person experienced that thing or he saw it and he says to himself, I'm not going into that route. What's the point? What is the purpose of doing all that kind of thing? But at the same time, he's like, then what is the point of working at all? So at the same time, it's also that that person is like, has like some sort of belief like, you know, it's the fault of this world, it's the corporations, it's the banking system, it's the government, the education system, that we need to go into a job and do things that are boring, that you don't want to do, and da 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 da. The person is in a constant state of resistance against his reality, and he's become so tired of the resistance, he's like in a way of escapism, right? He goes into whatever spirituality and that kind of things, but from a way of escapism. Right? It's going, finding things into the higher dimensions, but doesn't land it here in the real world. Okay. Well, I can give you plenty of examples. I'm not going into that right now, but I think you get a picture. And then a person is the person who has been totally centered and also in the center, maybe experienced both of these things, which I did, and that's the type of person who saw the things from both worlds and now can balance it from those both worlds and become like a very balanced and centered person and understand, okay, you know what, the world is not perfect, thank God, that's why I'm here, and I'm trying to figure out what I came here to do to make it a little bit better. Problem solvers, artists, inspired entrepreneurs. I'm not talking an entrepreneur who is in the business to make money. It's an entrepreneur who's in the business to solve problems, to make the world a better place, provide solutions, uplift people to a higher state of whatever. Because to be in spirit, because to be inspired, you gotta be in spirit, right? That's what I talk about. It's like when you are channeling your ideas and make it a reality. So that's what you need to decide for yourself. What kind of person do you want to be? Again, this world is not a perfect place. That's why we are here, to make it a better place. Can you imagine if the world would be a perfect place? How boring is that going to be? When there's no challenge, when there's not something that we need to go through and fight ourselves through and go through the process. Because eventually we are here to learn, to grow, to experience things and to give back. It's also what I said in my previous video about what it is that makes us happy. Alright, so you decide for yourself what person you want to be. Do you want to be the person who's working hard, thinks he works smart, thinks who's highly intelligent, who is a business professional, an entrepreneur, who's in the business to make money as a way to survive and to prove his worth through accomplishments? Or are you the person that is like the hippie, the escapist, who says like, this world is not for me, I will go and just escape from this world and just sit in nature. I love nature, I'm a lot of nature, but at least I'm doing something, I'm making these videos for you. So that's what I had to figure out. Like, I love to be in nature, how I'm going to create my job from doing that. I can't build an office in nature, right? That's why I'm doing this. So, up to you. So, Paul here. Hope you saw some value in this. If so, please subscribe to this video, share or like it if you want to help other people with this, or just leave your comments below if you want to share your insights about what you learned from this. Alright, take care for now. Bye-bye.